All right, get ready, because we are diving deep today into something kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We're talking about where coin collecting and pop culture collide.
Hmm.
Get this, the U.S. Mint is thinking about making coins and medals with DC Comics superheroes on them.
Wow.
You know, like Batman and Green Arrow and the Flash, that whole crew.
Oh, wow.
We could be seeing a big change in the world of numismatics, and we've got all the insider info thanks to numismatic news.
Yet what we have here is a ton of opinions straight from the people who really matter. You know,
Mm-hmm.
dedicated coin collectors, the people who responded to a poll about these possible superhero coins.
And you know what?
What's that?
These aren't just your casual coin jar collectors, like tossing in their spare
Oh,
change.
right.
These are serious enthusiasts, people who really know their coins, and let me tell you, they had a lot to say. They did not hold back.
Yeah, it's really amazing to see that level of passion from these collectors. I mean, numismatic newsreaders, they're usually really invested in the history and tradition of coins, so their perspective on this is super valuable.
Absolutely. So let's just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
What's the overall feeling? Are collectors ready to see superheroes in their collections, or what?
Well, based on what we're seeing in the numismatic news poll, it seems like the answer is a pretty big no.
Really?
Yeah, the veteran collectors,
Yeah.
they aren't exactly thrilled about this idea.
Oh, okay. So not a big hit with the old guard.
Not really.
What are their main concerns then?
One of the big things they're worried about is market saturation.
Okay.
Many collectors think the mint is already making way too many commemorative coins and medals,
Hmm.
and that doing that just makes each new release less special and less valuable.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And there was one reader, Roy E. Robertson.
Okay.
He actually said he stopped collecting any commemorative issues because he felt like the quality of the work had gone down.
So it's not just about them not liking superheroes, it's more like a bigger worry about what the mint is doing in general.
Exactly. There's a feeling that these collectors, they really value the historical significance more than anything else.
Okay.
They see coins as real pieces of history, like little artifacts that connect us to the past.
Right.
Coins like the Walking Liberty half dollar, the Morgan silver dollar, the peace dollar.
Sure.
These are designs that are full of history, each one showing the art and culture of their time.
Hmm.
For lots of collectors, that's way more important than the flashiness of a modern superhero.
I get it.
Yeah,
Those classic coins, they have a certain weight to them.
I do.
A weight of history. It's like comparing a first edition book, all dusty and leather bound, to a paperback you just pick up anywhere.
That's a great comparison.
They both tell stories, but the experience is just completely different.
And that difference you're talking about, it really shows up in how collectors approach their hobby, too. Many of the readers who responded to that numismatic news poll, they specifically said they're worried about the investment side of things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Since the superhero coins, with their high prices and the fact that they won't really be circulating,
Right.
they're probably not going to go up in value the way some older coins do.
It's that classic collector's dilemma.
What's that?
The heart versus the wallet.
Exactly.
You want something cool,
Sure.
but you also want it to be a good investment.
Right. And for someone like James O'Connell III,
Okay.
one of the readers, for him, the fact that these coins won't be in circulation and how the mint is pricing them, that's a deal breaker for him.
Yeah.
He feels like there are more important events and people that should be on coins.
So for these collectors, it's not just about their personal taste, it's also about making sure their collections stay valuable and meaningful.
Exactly.
They want coins that have a story, that hold a piece of history, and that could become valuable artifacts someday.
You got it. And speaking of historical significance, we have this reader, John Peake.
Okay.
He really embodies this traditional collector's view.
What does he collect?
His focus is on older coins like Walking Liberties, Morgans, and peace dollars, coins that are really rooted in American history.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, and numismatic tradition, too.
It sounds like he sees those coins as representing a time when coin collecting was all about great craftsmanship and historical value.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that
Mhm.
he and a lot of the other readers, they use some pretty strong words to describe this superhero coin idea.
Like what?
We saw words like silly, absurd, even laughable being used.
Wow, they didn't hold back.
No, they did not. One reader, Roy Herbst,
Mm-hmm.
he just straight up said silly.
Yeah.
And another reader, Jersey, called it absurd and said it had nothing to do with real numismatics.
It seems like they almost feel betrayed. You know?
I could see that.
Like the mint is turning its back on what coins are really about by even considering this.
It's a really good point. There's this feeling that these superhero coins are just gimmicks,
Yeah.
just designed to make money fast instead of celebrating important historical moments.
Right.
It feels like it goes against what a lot of people see as the whole purpose of minting coins in the first place.
So we have this strong resistance from the established collectors. The feeling that these superhero coins are a step away from the history and numismatic values they care about.
Right.
But I wonder, is there another side to this story?
Hmm. That's a great question, and we'll get to that after a quick break.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, that is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
While the folks reading numismatic news are making it clear they're against this idea,
Huh.
there are some hints that maybe not everyone feels the same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like who?
Well, remember John Peake, the collector who loves all those old coins?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The Walking Liberties and Morgans and all that.
That's the one. Well, he actually said that younger collectors, they might actually like these superhero coins.
Hmm.
He even said he doesn't really get the whole superhero thing himself,
Ah, okay.
which kind of shows you how different the generations can be, different interests and all that.
So while those veteran collectors are holding on to their historical coins,
Yeah.
maybe there's this younger generation, the ones who grew up with all the Batman movies and comic conventions.
Right.
They might see these superhero coins as like a way to connect their childhood passions with coin collecting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you grew up reading Spider-Man comics or watching Wonder Woman cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
a superhero coin could be something really special,
Yeah.
like a sentimental thing connected to your memories and all that.
Right. Makes sense.
And we can't forget how cool they could look,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Superhero comics are known for their art, all those bright colors.
Yeah.
That can make for some really amazing coin designs.
That's a good point. Some of those classic coins, even though they're important historically,
Yeah.
they can be a little, well, dull to look at,
I see what you mean.
A little splash of color and a superhero everyone knows, that could definitely attract a different type of collector.
You're absolutely right. And it's not just us guessing here.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually happening in the coin market worldwide.
Really?
Other mints, like the Royal Mint in England
Okay.
and the New Zealand Mint, they've already jumped into this pop culture thing with their coins and medals, and they're doing really well.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those. The Royal Mint did those Star Wars coins, right? Those were a huge deal, weren't they?
Huge. That whole series with Darth Vader and Yoda,
Uh-huh.
so detailed. And they even used color to make the characters pop.
Cool.
It was a smart way to take those classic minting techniques and mix them with a modern feel.
So it wasn't just slapping a picture of Luke Skywalker on a quarter. They actually made it look good.
Exactly. And that's really important.
Yeah.
The Royal Mint didn't just use the Star Wars characters and call it a day.
Right.
They really created something high quality, something that Star Wars fans would love and serious collectors would appreciate too.
And what about that New Zealand Mint? What have they been doing?
Oh, they've been busy. They teamed up with Disney
No way.
to make a whole bunch of coins with those classic characters.
Like who?
Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, even Winnie the Pooh.
Wow.
And they've got coins for popular movies too, like Frozen and Moana.
So they're really going for it with the pop culture thing, huh?
Yeah, they are. And it seems to be working for them.
I bet.
Those coins are being bought by people all over the world.
Hmm.
And it's not even just about the characters themselves.
Yeah.
The New Zealand Mint has been trying out all these new shapes and designs for their coins, pushing the limits of what a coin can even be.
So it's not just about appealing to nostalgia. They're actually being creative with it, too.
Exactly. They're having fun with it.
It makes you wonder if the U.S. Mint is missing a chance to reach more people,
It's definitely something to think about. They have that long tradition of focusing on historical stuff, but there are more and more collectors out there who are looking for something new, something that matches their own interests.
And let's be real, sometimes those historical coins can be a bit, well, boring, Don't get me wrong, I respect George Washington and all.
Sure.
But a Batman coin just sounds way more exciting.
I get it. I really do.
Uh-huh.
And who knows, maybe these superhero coins could be what gets younger people interested in coin collecting in the first place.
It's true.
Like maybe a Superman coin gets someone curious, and then later on, they start getting into Lincoln pennies or Morgan silver dollars.
It's like that saying, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Maybe a little bit of pop culture is what we need to get a whole new generation excited about coins.
That's a brilliant way to put it. And this brings us to a bigger question about what coin collecting will be like in the future.
Yeah.
Will we see these two worlds, the traditional and the pop culture, will they mix together or will they stay separate? you know?
Yeah, it's almost like two different cultures within the hobby are clashing. I like that.
Is there space for both the serious history buffs and the casual fans who just think a Superman coin looks cool?
That's the question we need to ask. And what makes this whole debate so interesting is that it's like a mirror of what's happening in our culture overall.
How so?
We're seeing this blurring of lines between what's considered highbrow and lowbrow, classic and modern. It's everywhere, from fashion to music to art.
It's like those fancy fashion brands that start working with streetwear designers.
Yes,
Suddenly a $1,000 hoodie with a cartoon character on it is the hottest thing.
exactly. What's considered cool or valuable or even worth collecting, it's constantly changing.
So where do we even stand on this then?
That's what we want you, the listener, to think about.
Okay.
Where do you stand in this whole debate? What would make you want to buy a new commemorative coin?
Right.
Is it all about the money, or do you care more about what you're interested in and how the coin looks?
Yeah. What would make you spend your money on a coin, a historical figure, a big event, or maybe your favorite superhero? Those are some things to ponder as we wrap up part 2 of our deep dive. But before we go, I've got to give you a little teaser for what's coming in part 3.
Oh, a cliffhanger. Nice. What's next?
Well, we've talked about what the veteran collectors think and how younger people might feel about superhero coins.
Right.
But there's another side to this story we haven't even touched on yet. The global perspective.
Ooh, international intrigue. I'm all ears. All right, we're back and ready for the last part of our superhero coin deep dive.
Yeah.
We've heard what those veteran collectors think. We talked about how younger people might feel about it.
Right.
And now, like we promised, we're going global.
It's time to see what's happening around the world, because this isn't just a U.S. thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Other countries have already jumped on the pop culture train with their coins, and what they're doing can give us a good idea of what might happen with the U.S. Mint.
So let's head over to the UK for a minute.
Okay.
What are they up to over there?
Well, the Royal Mint,
Mm-hmm.
they have a long history, you know.
Yeah.
But they've been trying out these pop culture themes for a while now, and they're doing really well.
I see.
For example, their Star Wars coins.
Yeah, yeah.
Those have been super popular with all kinds of collectors.
Those were the ones with like Darth Vader and Yoda, right? I remember seeing them online. They looked really cool.
They were amazing. The details are incredible, and they even used colored enamel to make the characters really stand out.
Wow.
It was a really clever way to take those old minting techniques and give them a modern twist.
So they didn't just like stick a picture of Luke Skywalker on a regular coin. They actually put some effort into it.
Exactly. That's the key.
Yeah.
They didn't just get the rights to use the Star Wars characters and call it a day.
Right.
They actually created something high quality,
Hmm.
something that would appeal to both the fans and the serious collectors.
What about the New Zealand Mint?
Oh, they've been busy too.
What have they been doing?
They teamed up with Disney
Oh, wow.
to make a whole series of coins with all those classic characters, you know. It's
Yeah.
like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, even Winnie the Pooh.
That's awesome.
And they've also made coins for popular movies like Frozen and Moana.
So they're really going all in on that pop culture thing.
They are. And it's paying off. Those coins are attracting collectors from all over the world.
It's working for them.
It is. And it's not just about the characters.
Brittos.
They're trying out new shapes and designs for their coins, pushing the boundaries of what a coin can be.
So they're being innovative, not just nostalgic.
Exactly. They're having fun with it, you know?
Yeah, I like that.
And that fun, that willingness to try new things,
Uh-huh.
it seems to be working, especially with people who are new to coin collecting.
It makes you think, maybe the U.S. Mint is missing out on a chance to connect with more people.
It's a good point.
Sticking with just historical themes,
Yeah.
when there are so many collectors out there who are looking for something different, something that reflects their own interests, you know?
It's true.
And sometimes, honestly, those historical coins can be a little, well, boring.
No offense to George Washington, but a Batman coin just sounds way more exciting, doesn't it?
I get it.
Huh.
And who knows, maybe these superhero coins could be a way to get younger people into coin collecting. Like, what if a Superman coin gets someone interested and then later on, they start collecting Lincoln pennies or Morgan silver dollars?
It could happen.
It could.
You know, it's like that saying, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
I love that analogy. It really makes you think about how coin collecting might change in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe it's not about picking sides between the old way and the new way.
Right.
Maybe it's about having space for all kinds of interests within the hobby, you know?
Yeah. There's room for both the hardcore history lovers and the casual fans who just think a Wonder Woman coin is awesome.
I agree.
Maybe the U.S. Mint can learn something from what other countries are doing.
Yeah.
Find a way to create coins that appeal to more people without sacrificing quality.
Because at the end of the day, that's what this whole thing is about, finding that balance between keeping traditions alive and being open to new ideas.
Well said.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into superhero coins, here's something to think about. Don't be afraid to embrace the unexpected. Challenge your own ideas.
Yeah.
And keep an open mind as coin collecting continues to change.
Who knows, maybe someday you'll have a Batman coin right next to your Walking Liberties and Peace dollars.
Yeah.
Showing how this hobby keeps evolving and really does offer something for everyone.
And on that note, we'll say goodbye for now. Until next time, happy collecting.